Welcome, and you're watching What's Up Arunachal, a joint presentation of Akashvani Itanagar and DD Arun Prabha. It's also a platform where we discuss about the recent events and the current affairs concerning Arunachal Pradesh. So, on 3rd August 2026, Glaw Lake from Lohit district was designated as the first Ramsar site of Arunachal Pradesh, making it the 101st wetland of India, putting Arunachal on the global map of wetlands recognized for their ecological importance. And today, as we are seated here to commemorate the World Lake Day, it is only reasonable that we take a brief look at this huge milestone, our beautiful lake. Because for most of us, the concept of Ramsar site is very new. What is a Ramsar site? And how does a lake qualify to be a Ramsar site, and what are the future scopes to the international recognition it gets? These are some of the questions we will be exploring today, and to do that, we are joined by two distinguished gentlemen. So please allow me to welcome our first guest, Mr. Bunty Tao, Range Forest Officer of Kamlang Tiger Reserve and Wildlife Sanctuary. And we are joined by another distinguished gentleman. Please welcome Mr. Sailanjananda Saikya, who is a Dean and Professor of the Department of Environmental Studies. His expertise lies in geography, and he is from Rajiv Gandhi University, Doimuk, Arunachal Pradesh. Welcome, sir. So before we move forward towards the discussion, I think it's very fair that we all have a look at what this beautiful lake looks like. So here's Glaw Lake.
लोहित जिले के कमलांग टाइगर रिजर्व के बफर क्षेत्र में स्थित ग्लॉ झील को अरुणाचल प्रदेश की पहली तथा भारत की 101वीं रमसार साइट के रूप में मान्यता मिली है। ये राज्य के लिए गर्व की बात है और वेटलैंड कंजर्वेशन के क्षेत्र में एक महत्वपूर्ण उपलब्धि मानी जा रही है। समुद्र तल से लगभग 1168 मीटर की ऊंचाई पर स्थित ग्लॉ झील एक महत्वपूर्ण हाई ऑल्टीट्यूड फ्रेश वाटर वेटलैंड है, जो करीब 129 हेक्टेयर क्षेत्र में फैली हुई है। पूर्वी हिमालय के प्राकृतिक परिवेश के बीच स्थित यह झील अपनी समृद्ध बायोडाइवर्सिटी, प्राकृतिक सुंदरता और इकोलॉजिकल सिग्निफिकेंस के लिए जानी जाती है। मुख्यमंत्री पेमा खांडू ने इस उपलब्धि का स्वागत करते हुए इसे अरुणाचल प्रदेश के लिए एक ऐतिहासिक क्षण बताया। ग्लॉ झील को मिली यह अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मान्यता वेटलैंड कंजर्वेशन, साइंटिफिक रिसर्च तथा पर्यावरण संरक्षण के प्रयासों को नई मजबूती प्रदान करेगी। साथ ही यह मान्यता ग्लॉ झील के संरक्षण और बेहतर प्रबंधन को और सशक्त बनाने में सहायक होगी।
So once again, welcome to this program. So my first question definitely goes to Mr. Bunty Taoji, because he's directly coming from Lohit. Sir, can you walk us through the process and what exactly is a Ramsar site? A little, description on the Glaw Lake. What are the characteristics?
Thank you for inviting me here. Ramsar site is a convention. Ramsar is a name of a city in Iran. A wetland convention was held in Iran, Ramsar site, in 1971. So, and India became its contacted member in 1982. So it's a designation of a wetland for its unique beauty and other sustainable, other ecological balance,
Yes.
which is recognized by member countries for the cause of the humanity. Its preservation is necessity because it helps grow flora and fauna around the lake, and also it upkeeps the traditional and cultural aspect of the indigenous community who resides in and around the lake, because these people has preserved it till now because of their cultural affinity.
Yes.
And a symbol of their spiritual connectivity. So Glaw Lake is very much important earlier also, but today it's recognized and it will be known to the outer world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Because you've mentioned a lot of points, and through the conversation, we will be breaking each one of them. But now my question goes to Saikya, sir. Sir, the thing is, when it comes to introduction of a new concept, a lot of people rely on the basic level of understanding. And Ramsar site itself being a new concept, from your expertise, can you please tell us the nature, the character of what qualifies a lake to be a Ramsar site?
Okay, first of all, we have to go back to Iran to look at the very concept of wetland.
Absolutely.
If you imagine Iran, it's a very dry area, and people there back then in 1971, they have decided that they should preserve this wetland, because these are the, what you call, the lungs, or you call it the kidneys of our world, that preserve this water, which is most essential for us. Way back in 70s, they have understood the importance of water, how water can preserve an area, or how they can bring new things to an area. But here in 2026, the northern region, or you can say about Arunachal Pradesh, we are so rich with water resource, natural resource. We are blessed with everything, all the resources. But after these long years, we have the first Ramsar site. So it's a pride for us. It's because of some of the hardworking people who are with us, who had worked tremendously for this status. So it's a step towards which we can understand what is the importance, because lake, or your, what you call it, the wetlands,
Yes.
this is very important, because wetlands, you can find wetlands from the higher Himalaya to the coastal area. We have different types of wetlands. We have saline wetlands, we have freshwater wetlands, we have dark water wetlands. And these wetlands are the richest biodiversity reserves, where we can find numerous forms of living beings, starting from the bacteria to different forms of aquatic living being, reptiles, birds, animals, mammals, all the things you will find here. And in order to conserve and preserve our nature, our rich nature that we are blessed with, these are the things that we should put focus. Otherwise, if we are getting delayed like we have done in the past, then the future won't be very sustainable for us.
Very well said, sir. So my question is now, what kind of a wetland is Glaw Lake?
Glaw Lake, we can categorize the wetlands into high altitudinal
Yes.
wetlands, then low mid altitudinal wetlands, and low altitudinal or plain wetlands. It comes in the mid level. It's between 2000 to 3000 feet. So this is a mid level wetlands, which is very sensitive. Even some lakes are there, wetlands are there in Tawang area in Arunachal Pradesh, which also need to preserve and conservation, because these wetlands are very sensitive, because the endemic living beings which are there, they may be threatened, or they may be in the process of totally extinction. So the faster we move forward to conserve and preserve these high altitude or mid altitudinal wetlands, it will be much more easier for us to conserve the rest of the other things which are there.
Okay, that's a very nice perspective for our audience and for myself. Now, sir, my question goes to Banti Tao, because Sir Ji, sir, ये जो establishment of this designation, how long was the process, and what were the technical difficulties?
For Glaw Lake, it started in 2023 June. Before that also, we knew and we planned to do something for the Glaw Lake, because its lake seems to be very much of a unique kind, and which has a cultural affinity with the local communities.
Yes.
So we have prepared one Ramsar site information sheet.
Okay.
So RSIS. These sheets has some minimum criteria to fulfill these things. So as a first case, we have filled those forms. That is very basic one, not that much scientific one. A basic one that we filled it and we applied through our PCCF wildlife and biodiversity. Then it started like this, and after that there was more and more tense and deeper criteria came up. So we have to hire Wetland International South Asia, which is a which is autonomous body which works on wetlands.
Yes.
And we hired and we have we gathered the scientific parameters, hydrology,
Yes.
and the ecology around, and other data we from our archive, from our record, we have supplemented it. And after that, from Government of India, it was again sent to Ramsar Secretariat, which is in Switzerland. So from there we have allotted a username and a password for the Glaw Lake. So in that Ramsar portal, there lies another very accurate data to be filled up. So in that way, it took around more than 3 years. So I myself took it as a challenge, and I, being the indigenous people of indigenous tribe of Arunachal Pradesh, I thought this will be a beginning for others to follow. So after all, we succeeded, and the Ramsar Site declaration will pave a way for more Ramsar sites in Arunachal
Yes,
Pradesh.
definitely. I mean, I hope sir agrees with that.
Yes, yes. I think there is a very good sentence with regards to this. It says that extinction is quite common, general, but to survive the natural things which are there, this is something which is very unique, or which holds much more importance. So I think this is the first step towards conservation, towards preservation of all the natural resource, including the lakes and wetlands in Arunachal Pradesh. I know we don't have that much expertise with regards to the technology, or with regards to many of the things which require us to be as par with the other conservation effort. But I think people here now starts to understand what is the importance of this resource that we have. So most of the lakes that we have here in Arunachal Pradesh, or the wetlands that we have here, holds not only cultural significance but also religious significance to many of the communities who lives aside these lakes.
Yes.
So this holds a very unique conservation effort for all of us, not only from the side of the people who are coming up,
Yes.
but the people who needs to show the path to the young generation, so that we can have a new dimension towards conservation effort, not only made by some officials like sir has done, he has devoted his time, but also it's the part of the youth generation, or the generation that are coming, to understand which are the things that we need to preserve, and we need to focus to the world that we have such beauty, or we have such wonders here in Arunachal Pradesh.
Absolutely right. I would agree with that from the end of both of you. Now, sir, not to break the cycle of this conversation, but now because we're already talking about the present scenario, what is happening in Arunachal Pradesh, this question goes out for both of you. It's about how Arunachal is now heading towards a more infrastructural development era. So specifically hydropower, hydroelectric plants. We have a lot of dam constructions that's coming up, and this question is solely in connection with the Ramsar site. तो आप दोनों के लिए होगा कि can this construction of dam impact, or reverse the ecological characteristics of a wetland or any other future potential wetlands? So we can start with Bunty sir.
Exactly, impact is in different level, because in some cases it benefits, in some cases there is advantages and disadvantages.
Yes, yes.
Because when the water body increases, the surrounding area can be very green, better, because due to this hydrology, land bridge, sea bridge effect. So some dry land can become even greenery also. But on other side, these major project can not well designed, like fish ladders and all. It can impact this migration and other aquatic species. That is there. But then about Glaw Lake, there is no direct impact, because it is localized within the protected area, and it's very far from those developmental activities. And there is, till now, there is no some linear projects or some other projects which is coming up in and around Glaw Lake.
I think that would be very reassuring for our Mishmi community who reside, very close to Glaw Lake. Now, can I have the perspective from your end for the same question?
Okay. And this concept of wetland is very important, because wetlands are the area where you will find that numerous water bodies that comes, they have an area where they stay for longer period of time. We recognize an area as wetland when you have water throughout the year. And these water bodies are very essential, because it not only help us in terms of the monsoon rain that we have, that because of floods or many of the things that affect us, this help many of the areas. We can cite many examples. In Delhi we have Neela Hodge. There is one wetland in Delhi which has proven that it protects many of the problems, water related problems in Delhi. In Calcutta also we have a wetland which enable us to understand that it not only protects the area from different water cycle, but also in conservation and purification of water.
Okay.
I think Colombo is a good example, which is the wetland capital of the world, where the wetlands are designed in such a way, they have mechanized in such a way that they enable fresh water to be generated there.
Okay.
So we have to give more importance to these kind of things, the wetland, the natural wetlands or the man-made wetlands, because these are things which can conserve our ecology, the ecosystem that we have. On the other hand, if you see the way we are moving forward towards this dam concept, the concept of dams, if we go to the geological history of the northern region, we are the youngest fold mountain system in the world. When we call this region as youngest fold mountain system, and then you see Arunachal Pradesh, one of the most youngest youth mountain system, which is not ready for these big dams that we are having here. We can always have small dams that will help, or that will keep many of the things alike with the situation which are there. But once you construct a big dam, it not only resettle some of the people, the tribal people. Once you relocate tribal population from one area to other, they will lose their culture, they will lose their identity, they will lose everything that they have. So to have big dam constructed here, it will not only affect environmentally, it will have its devastating effect on the many of the things which are there, on the follow through, if we go through many of the things which are there. But the main thing that we need to understand here is that we need to conserve most of the wetlands and lakes which are here, then going for dams which will generate some electricity, which we may not be the end consumer of that electricity that is produced here. So I think it's better to go natural way. We have the beauty, we have everything, resource which are adequate and which can bring huge potential in terms of financial or capital investment to the state.
I'm very glad to hear that both the end of the perspectives does open a new way of thinking for our viewers here. So my next question is, it's about the community. All of us are very much acquainted with the understanding that we as people of Arunachal Pradesh, most of us grew integrated with our environment spiritually. So one can say that the way Arunachal has been, or way noticed has been throughout these centuries, is because of the way the people were integrated towards their environment. So this time I would like to start from Saikia Sirji. Sir, to what extent does the community involvement impact the environment, to the extent that we have reached the achievement of Glaw Lake? It shows that Mishmi tribe have done a lot for their environment. So on a broader perspective, to what extent do humans contribute to that?
If you see the traditional culture of this region, Arunachal Pradesh as a whole, all this tribe lives with nature. Still, most of the tribe here, they live foraging. Foraging means the hunting and food gathering.
Yes, that's right.
And farming is being practiced here, not in commercial way, just sustainable way. Subsistence farming that we call, that we all only need for ourselves. So in this type of agriculture and this system of livelihood that we live in this area, there is a very close connection between the man and nature.
True.
And all our traditional ecological knowledge that has been passed through one generation to other generation, we can see that we have learned many things. And say for example the concept of bamboo culture, starting from your house to all the rituals, all the traditional practice, to our cuisine or to our food, everything, there we have the bamboo. So if we don't have the bamboo, then this culture won't sustain for a longer period of time. In a similar way, the ecology, the environment where we are living with the environment. So in constant with the environment, we have to live, we have to adapt ourselves. And if today's generation do not adapt according to the need of the environment or according to the ecology of that particular region, then that society or that culture will not thrive.
Yes.
And once you don't have the practice of your traditional system, which is very important, we have traditional system for everything, starting from our food to our dietary system, to the clothes that we wear, or to the rituals that we perform. Everything is been passed forward by one generation to another generation. And if these are not being practiced, or if these are not being held by new generation, this traditional system will slowly die.
Yes.
And once this traditional system will die, then we will lose everything, because in the rush of modernization or temptation for other things, if we neglect our nature, then this nature will someday or other punish us in a very crude manner.
Okay, sir. I would like to think about that for myself as well. Now we'd like to come to Banti Sirji. Sir, now we'll get more specific, because अभी हम लोग मिश्मी ट्राइब के बारे में we're gonna talk about that. तो आप सीधा वहाँ से आ रहे हैं, for a very long time आपने observe किया है. सर, ये जो community का क्या role रहा है to reach this milestone, to reach this achievement?
First of all, I want to just share one thing.
Absolutely, sir.
I represent India as a indigenous ranger in many occasions around the globe.
Yes.
So there I present them that what is the value of our culture, what is the level of our culture, how dress tradition can be conserved through conservation purposes, like adoption of artificial hornbill beaks by Nisi community. It's my main focus on these things.
Yes.
I have also written few case study subjects, and it was published from Scotland, England also, and from other also. So these things, how culture and conservation can go together.
Yes.
Supposing if you don't preserve hornbill, how your culture can go ahead without hornbill beak? So the culture exists with the nature. Without nature, there is no culture. So, having said that, till now the Glaw Lake is pristine and undiluted and kept in a very healthy condition. It is because the Mismi people, they believe Glaw Lake as their source of some power, source of their faith, and source of their belief and cultural affiliations.
Yes.
Because in olden days, they go for fishing in certain season
Yes.
for certain purposes, certain pujas or some shamanic purposes, or in marriage. In marriage, they say that this is a dried fish of glow fish. So they take it as a talismanic way. They treat it as a talismanic way. जैसा एक कुछ अच्छा चीज़ दिया हो, जैसा आदि में शादी होने से आपका वो जो गिलहरी का ये देता है, उसे उसको एक मानता है कल्चरली, तो उसी तरह मिसमी में भी ऐसा है कि शादी में कोई जगह में ग्लो का फिश ही चाहिए बोलते, पूजा में चाहिए बोलते. हाउ फार इट इज़ देयर, बट एज आई एम their protected area manager there, I used to have some kind of hot discussions about these things. ये कैसा हो गया, कैसा ना. They say that it is our culture, you cannot keep us away from these things. So I understand, and I tell them that culture doesn't permit you to destroy the source, destroy the nature. Yes, of course, in our tribal culture, it is inbuilt conservation mechanism is there, but without knowing it as a science or without knowing it as a part of conservation. But they have certain mechanism within the tribal culture that this season, at this breeding season, you should not kill that one, you should not do this one, and you cannot just destroy or divert certain things in the forest. So, Mishmi culture, out of their mythological or maybe spiritual relation with the Glaw Lake, they don't misuse the area. They harvest the nature with very utmost care. So that way, that lake is still very pristine and undiluted.
Thank you so much. Sir, see, the thing is, it's a very new concept, so the question will be unending. But then for this one, because we are commemorating the celebration of World Lake Day, our discussion will be concluding here. I would request both of you, just a line, in just a line, a message for the world, for the Arunachal Pradesh about the World Lake Day. Any message that you'd like to share in a single line?
I think water is the most essential thing and the most important thing for human life to exist in this world. And the purest form of water that we see here will be either stored in the lake in form of the fresh water or in wetlands. So it's for us to decide which way we want to go. Either we want to go for a new, renewed, pure form of Arunachal Pradesh, where we can conserve all these water bodies in pristine manner, or we have to dilute all this thing and move towards a very chaotic society.
Thank you so much. Sir, aapke end se any, in just a few lines.
Yeah, I would request everyone to use water judiciously, because every drop of pure water is our life. Unless we know the value of the water, we are going to lose it, and someday we may not have the water to drink.
Thank you so much. No, I think it's a very beautiful way to put it. The importance of water itself, in itself, not just a lake, not just a river, not an ocean, but every drop of water. And with that, I would also take that message with me today. And with this, we have come to the end of today's discussion. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in on What's Up Arunachal. Thank you.